Thank you very much for that, Natasha. Now, Joburg traffic is known to drive most motorists up the wall, and tempers are bound to flare. On Monday, 2 men were involved in a road rage accident in Bryanston, north of Johannesburg, which ended up with one shooting the other. The suspect is now in custody for attempted murder, while the victim is in hospital. So joining us in studio to make sense of what drives most of these road rage incidents is Automobile Association's Leighton Beard, good friend of the shows. Good morning, Leighton.
Good morning. Good to be with you again.
Pleasure. You were just saying you need a customized mug. We'll work on that.
Yeah, please.
So what happens on the road? Why do people get so aggressive? I think this particular case in Bryanston is quite an extreme one.
Yeah.
But I guess it's an escalation of the kind of behavior you see all the time. What is behind all of this anger?
So I think the first thing to note is that we don't have statistics on the volume of road rage that happens, and when an incident like this occurs, obviously it becomes news and then people pick up on it again. So when a road rage incident, especially one that becomes particularly violent, as in this case occurs, then people focus attention again on road rage. But I think there are a million different incidents of lower level road rage that occur every day. From discussions that we've had with experts in the field, our understanding is that road rage is not something that happens at the spur of the moment. It's not something where you get in your vehicle, you're driving somewhere, and then somebody infuriates you, and then you go over to this act of road rage. It is something that accumulates within one person over a period of time. So you get home in the evening, you have a row with your wife, you have a row with your husband, you don't have a good night's sleep, you wake up, you annoyed, you're not feeling great, you spill coffee on your pants, you get into the car and you realize, I left my computer at home, these types of things, and then it kind of builds up, and then, at one point during that drive to the office in the morning, somebody cuts you off, they don't use their indicator, a taxi stops in front of you, and this just bubbles over. And then you go over to this phase of road rage, where you say, but hang on a second, why did you do that? Why didn't you use your indicator? And you start using your hands, and the hand signals come out, and, the swear words and all of this type of thing, and the other person then reacts, and it just inflames the situation, and that's when we see incidents like this occurring.
Why is it that people would rather retaliate and escalate as opposed to just drive off? So usually, if you cut me off, what usually happens is the person will then try and get in front of the person to cut them off and apply brakes.
Yeah.
Which is the silliest thing I've ever heard, because if the person hits you, you're only going to damage your own car.
Exactly.
Right?
Look, I think the point is that people, unfortunately, we've done surveys where we ask people what type of driver they think they are. And 80% of drivers say we are excellent drivers, we are brilliant drivers, we are fault-free. And then we ask those same people, how many of the other people on the roads have got problems when they drive? How many, other drivers? No, everybody. Everybody is a worse driver than I am. And statistically, it's impossible. You can't have 80% of people saying, well, I'm a great driver, and 80% of people saying that everybody else is also a bad driver. So people feel entitled on the road. People feel that they have more right to be on that road than anybody else. And I think it's a mind thing. And as the AA, we try and encourage people, not only because of road rage, but from a road safety point of view. Be calm on the road. Be courteous to other drivers. You don't have to prove anything to that other person. So somebody cut you off in traffic. Have you never done that? Have you ever changed lanes without using your indicator? Have you never stopped completely at a four-way stop and gone whenever you should? We all make little mistakes in the traffic. And I think that people sometimes forget that we're all fallible. We all make mistakes, and we've got to cut other drivers slack as well. So it's very important, because people feel entitled and they believe that they can do no wrong. And I think the message is we all do wrong at some point.
What about the driver who's the aggressor, right? So you get somebody who's very calm on the road, driving maybe slightly slower than they should be.
Yes.
Then there's a person behind them honking the horn, hey, get out the way, yada, yada. Now the person who's driving slow is like, dude, what's your problem? Yeah. And then the altercation ensues.
You seem to speak from experience, maybe in your Ferrari, Sizwe. So, look, I think the point is that you've got to remain calm at all times, and if there's somebody who is an aggressor towards you, you've got to weigh up, what are my options here? And what is the benefit to me of creating a scene about this? If I pull over and he goes past, it's 5 seconds of my life, the situation's been diffused, the guy's gone over, he's gone on. But if I actually kind of confront that situation and stay in the lane that I'm in and start showing signals and pull over, and as he drives past, I'm showing my fist to him, that's going to escalate a situation. Is there really any benefit in doing that? Is there any value in doing that? Am I going to gain anything from that? These are the internal conversations you've got to be having with yourself. And I think that it's important that people kind of weigh up, what is the end game and am I going to benefit from this? I think we've seen in this situation now, and what is very interesting about the situation that occurred, we had this road rage incident. This person got out of his car, he took a weapon out, which, obviously you've really got to think these things through very clearly before you kind of go over to that type of action. And clearly this person didn't think, what is the consequences of my actions going to be? He went over to that, he fired a shot at this person, and then he actually realized, but these consequences are quite severe, and he took this person to hospital and handed himself in. So he realized too late, these are the consequences of my actions. And I think we want people before that situation to realize, what are the consequences of my actions going to be.
Leighton, thank you very much for coming in. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. Good to be with you again.
That's the Automobile Association's Leighton Beard speaking to us about the issue of road rage, which of course becomes particularly important as many of us make our way home over the festive season. That